Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Triggerteshi here, and today I'm presenting you with an issue we've been having with Black Desert recently that began early 2018. Now, what I'm going to talk about later is a different issue, but an additional issue I want to bring up for anyone who's having a similar problem, and for the developers that have a visual representation is this app, Sonic Suite. When I have an ASUS motherboard, this is an audio app or basically what it does is you have bass boost, smart EQ, and voice effects modifiers. Having this opened at any point in time without closing it will prevent Black Desert from launching even past through the intro. So I click play, and I haven't done anything else. This isn't related to the other issue, but it's just something additional I want to bring up in this video. We can see that the anti-cheat is running. We're gonna let that load, and now we're going to have the game pop up, and that's it. Here's a game window. And we're just gonna give it all. Usually this should go by within like the first 5 seconds. And at this point, it's past 5 seconds. We can see we have a little loading icon here. The game is still completely white. Usually it would have gone black already, loaded the intro, and we're in the main menu. So if I open up my task manager and we look at performance, oh, what's this? CPU usage isn't doing anything. Memory, is it taking up memory? Only 700. That's not increasing at all. Uh, Okay, it went back. We'll jump down. Okay. It's installed onto my D drive, which is my game drive. It's not loading anything. GPU is not rendering anything except for my animated wallpaper. Uh, okay, so that's not working. So let's just go ahead and force close this. Wait for no, just close it, please. I'm going to double check that Black Desert is fully closed and not popping up Task Manager. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and close Sonic Suite, and I'm going to go ahead and run Black Desert. We could double check my task manager that there is no Sonic Suite open in here anymore. Nope, not in there. So let's go ahead and log in. And we're gonna just go ahead and click play. And now this is the actual issue that we've been experiencing earlier in the year. So now the game is going to load. We can see again, anti-cheat is working just fine. That's loading up. We're gonna be able to get into the main menu now. It says not responding, but don't worry about that. We're gonna get through this in a moment. We're gonna be able to get all the way into loading into the game, and that's it. We're going to crash. Look at that. Intro screen, cool. If only I could skip this. Option and settings are on default right now, and I'll explain that later. But we're gonna go ahead and click start. For consistency, I'm gonna go to the same server that I always go to, which is Serendia 3. Let this load, and now we're going to connect. Now, other people have reported an out-of-memory error or some other errors. Like they actually have error boxes that show up and like, hey, this has gone wrong. Maybe a memory leak or something hasn't loaded. And while this is going on, I'll go ahead and bring up Task Manager again. We can see that my CPU is running. I have a 6700K non-overclock. Memory is getting filled. We have 32 gigs, 2 times 16 of 2133 megahertz RAM. This is my C drive, which is just my SSD boot up. The game's installed into a separate drive, and only the game is being loaded from here. You see that it's running. This is my media drive and where I'm currently recording to. Internet's going connected, so we have data being sent back and forth from Black Desert, and the GPU is beginning to render things, such as the 3D map right now. So if we let this go on, and I'll bring up my WinVer, just so I will get that out of the way. Version 1709, so latest build as of I updated last night. And we have the latest NVIDIA drivers. But okay, so we successfully got into the game. Sometimes I won't even get that far. I got my daily login. I can't. Oh, it's gone. So if we look at this, CPU just drops. memory, immediately everything just dropped. Things were probably still loading because we were just in the beginning. Things still load in real time. That immediately dropped. The connection immediately dropped, and any kind of rendering immediately disappeared as well. And from what you've seen, there were no error windows at all. Nothing popped up. I have no idea what's going on. So if we go and look at the Black Desert logs, open file location, open file location again, and we go to log. Here are our most recent ones, these three. So let's look at launcher. Okay, launcher went through just fine. It doesn't look like anything wrong happened here. Okay, to startup, looks like it was going through all the settings. Uh-oh. I don't know if this is a real issue or not, because I don't know how to actually read this, but we have error, no item statistics, doesn't exist, and then not a whole lot of information after that, and that continues all the way down the list. Now, I have sent my logs to the devs in an earlier ticket, so they have this basically the exact same thing. And then if we look at client, we don't get a lot of help either. Same error, except now we have some Korean characters. Fixed item information does not exist. It kind of looks like from someone who doesn't know what's going on that there's a loading issue, and from loading something incorrectly, it just completely crashed the game. Okay, so none of this worked. So what other people have wanted to do is, number one, I'm going to go ahead and delete that cache. I'm going to go to documents. I'm going to go ahead and delete Black Desert completely. That's where all your settings are, but mine's backed up to this cloud, and even if that doesn't work properly, I still know my settings, and I don't change a whole lot, so I'm not too worried about that. But additionally, I'm going to go to percent app data percent. I get here to roaming. I'm going to go back one. I'm now go to loco. I'm going to find Black Desert Online and delete that as well. Now I'm going to go ahead and open this, delete all of that. And now you think, okay, let's go start up the game again. I already know that it's not going to work. So what now I'm going to do additionally is roll back drivers even further than I did before. So I have an NVIDIA driver. Let's go ahead, download NVIDIA drivers, and we're going to go to beta and older drivers. GeForce 10, GTX 1080, Windows 64-bit, all recommended. I want recommend and certified. I don't want a beta build. And we're going to go ahead and search that. Now I'm on this one. We're on 0.35, 0.24, and 0.01. I have tested those versions. Now I know for a fact that whichever one of these, okay, Sea of Thieves, this one, Final Fantasy, I know for a fact that that one was working. That was the last time I remember playing that I can guarantee that this version was working with the game. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go back even one more because I've tested these two. I haven't tested anything older, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this one, just so that we know that there's a higher chance of this working. And I also have another computer at my mom's house that also works. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go all. It was 0.18 or 0.13. I would actually believe it was that old because I don't update that computer at all. So I'll grab this one. I'll probably install this one instead, just for the fact that I know that this one works because on a different computer it is working. But that computer also doesn't have Windows 10 updated. So it could be a Windows 10 issue from latest update because I know a lot of the Windows 10 community knows, if you update right now, you might have an issue. So don't update your computer, just turn off updates. I have updates running, so I have the latest update at all times. That could be the issue. Now, you're also probably thinking, okay, what about all these other things? Sonic Sense, we saw that your game wouldn't load at all. I know for a fact that none of these are actually causing the issue because I've closed everything else. So what we're going to do, just to prove a point, is we're going to clear cache. I'm going to install new drivers. I'm going to do a fresh install. NVIDIA has an option where it considers that you have no drivers installed, and it'll delete those and completely reinstall a new one. I'm going to restart my computer just to make sure everything's good to go. I'm going to close all the apps, and we're going to see what happens. And I'm going to believe that nothing is good is going to come out of it. We've cleared cache. We're going back to a very old driver. This one is... How old was this one? Let's see. We're on this. We're going to one from October of last year. That's a really old driver, and I know for a fact that this one works. and I know for a fact that the one in February worked. So we're gonna try them, and we're going to see what happens. Now I'm not gonna run this one just because I don't even know why I continue downloading it. But we're gonna go ahead and run the other one, and I'll get back to you and see what happens. All right, and we are back. Now, there's one more thing that we want to do, and that is to check game integrity. Now, if you're on Steam, you would simply go right-click something, go to Properties, Local Files, and verify integrity of game files. But I think for BDO on Steam, it still opens the launcher, so you should be able to follow the same process as going to the gear icon and clicking repair mode. And then we're going to see where that takes us. Now, for some reason, it refuses to let me do that, so I guess I'm going to log in first. Gotta wait for the play icon to go good. Doing some things. Okay, that's good. Okay, now we're able to enter repair mode. This will take 30 to 50 minutes. No, it won't. It takes like 10 minutes, at least for my rig. So that's going to go by, and we'll get back to when it's done. Alright, we're back. And with 20 seconds left in the timer, what we're going to do just for the hell of it is, okay, for one, we need to make sure that this is closed. We're going to close Wallpaper Engine, we're going to close Steam, close Discord, close my GPU overclock. That's all fine. Now we're also going to go ahead and, just in case, clear any additional cache that this might have generated. Okay, updating text. Go to Documents. You can see Black Desert right there. I guess I'll also open up the app beta. Go to Local. And Black Desert is back there again. 3, 2, 1. Text is done. Okay, now we have a play button. I'm just gonna go ahead and close this. Yep. Now let's delete that. Refresh. Okay, nothing popped up here. Go to Documents. Delete that. Now we can clear this. And we are on older drivers. Open up Black Desert. Everything just flickered. I don't know why. I don't even know if Black Desert is gonna open right now. Nope. Looks like it refused to open. Let's do that again. Alright, cool. Log in. Remember my email. We're not going to change any of this. We'll just leave that as is. And we're kicked back to the login. Complete. Play. Anti-cheat is loading. CPU is going up. Disk is loading. At least it's slowly loading. Okay, got intro. This is gonna be really fucking loud. Yeah, everything looks like it's going by fine so far. Gonna do that first just so I don't blow my ears out. And for consistency, Serendia 3. If I can find it. Oh, there. And connect. and we're gonna see what happens. I'm just gonna assume we're just gonna crash again. Because with the drivers that I know that the game worked on weren't working, I don't think this one's gonna work either. And that is not my guild icon. That is not. No, what? That is not my guild icon. Alright, that's... I guess that's also an issue right there. I don't know why that's loaded in. Let's take a look at Task Manager. Everything's done loading. GPU seems to be fine. Ethernet, where you're connected, that's going. Oh. Everything dropped there. Game completely froze over. We see that my CPU isn't doing anything anymore. It's still loaded into RAM. The game isn't loading any more data. It looks like we're still sending and receiving something. We're mostly receiving. We're not sending a whole lot. GPU dropped and game's gone. So we wanted to just go ahead, open file location, and look at logs. 3 most recent ones. This is probably the only one that really matters. And we get those same errors. Don't know what those means. And we get to the bottom and this stuff. So we have no idea what is going on. I know some other games have an issue with GeForce Experience, which is what I'm recording on right now. But I could turn this off and we're still going to have an issue. We can see driver version is 0.13, not 0.35, which we had before. So I did roll back. So unless it's a game issue or if it's a Windows 10 latest update issue, that's something that hopefully the developers figure out, and hopefully this helps them understand exactly what the problem is or get a better idea than just what we're telling them. So if you guys have this issue, let me know, and hopefully this helps the developers. And it's been like a couple months since we've been in Black Desert. It's the only game I've been wanting to play for a while. So hopefully this gets fixed. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you later.